RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place. Jack Schmidt Chevrolet of Wood River. If you don't know where to get the best auto deals, then you don't know Jack Schmidt. Alton Refrigeration, the first choice in quality HD TV and appliances. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac, serving the Riverbend for 52 years. Barry Macias, professional independent insurance agents. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Alt Memorial Hospital, the best healthcare close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Weber Granite City Chevrolet, buy American.
About set for the opening kickoff. South Central Conference action from Public School Stadium in Alton. The 1-4 Explorers, the 1-4 Purple Panthers. Marquette will receive the opening kickoff. Last year up in Litchfield, Marquette defeated the Purple Panthers 28-7 and would like to duplicate that here tonight. In South Central Conference action, Marquette has won 6 of 7 meetings between these two squads. And the Explorers, who have not won since week 3, hoping to get, it's an onside kick by Litchfield, and they only kick it 6 yards, and the Explorers pick it up right there. And Marquette will have great field position. That was about the most anemic onside kick I've ever seen in all my life. That ball barely went 6 yards. And Marquette wisely just stood at the 50-yard line and waited for the ball to roll dead, and then went over and covered it.
One of the Marquette players went over and picked it up, and he was live game. They could have.
Well, the officials messed that up because as soon as he touched it, they blew it dead. And you're right. Everybody was just standing around watching, and Marquette could have taken off and run with it, but nonetheless, 1st and 10 Explorers at the Litchfield 46-yard line. So an inauspicious start for the Purple Panthers and great field position for Marquette. The sophomore quarterback, Jack Miller, his second start of the season, turns, gives it to the fullback, Derek Sterrett, breaking tackles inside the 40 all the way down to the 36-yard line. And Sterrett, who ran for nearly 100 yards last week, they'll say he went down at the 37. He gains 9 on that carry. And he gets the first carry here tonight, and it's a big gainer. So these are situations you like to be in. 2nd and 2, 2nd and 1 is always good.
We were commenting about that 2 weeks ago, how our situations are, 2nd and long.
This is 2nd and 1 at the Purple Panther 37-yard line. This time they run the option to the left side, and Miller keeps it himself, turns inside the 35, down to the 31-yard line. A gain of 5 on that carry for Jack Miller, and a first down. That play would have worked either way. Had he given it to Sterrett, he had an opening, and Miller found plenty of running room just around left end, running that option to the left side. So 1st and 10 Explorers. This drive started at the Litchfield 46-yard line. The line of scrimmage now, the Panther 32. Receivers left and right. Double wing formation. They put a man in motion to the right side, and Miller follows the man through the right side and has good running room inside the 15 all the way down to the 12-yard line. A gain of 20 on that carry for Jack Miller, as he followed that wing back to the right side, and Miller had all kinds of running room.
Well, Miller's been impressive so far, Sam.
1st and 10 Explorers at the Panther 12-yard line, just underway, the first possession of the ball game. Wide to the left side for Marquette goes LaShawn Wheaton. John Piper wide to the right. Double wing formation. A man in motion to the left side. And they hand it to Tyler Moore, trying to turn that left corner. And a good play by the defender for Litchfield. And he throws Moore for a short gain, only a gain of a yard, as Tyler Moore never could turn that left corner. That defender for Litchfield stayed home on that play. That was Scott Durbin. And from his defensive back position, he came up and sealed off that left corner. 2nd and 9 Explorers at the 11 of Litchfield. Receivers left and right. Wheaton left, Piper right, and here is the handoff to Dalton Holm, the wing back, and he is thrown for a loss all the way back at the 15-yard line, a loss of 4 on that play. And now suddenly the Explorer running game bogs down after a short gain on first down, a 3-yard loss back to the 14 on second down, and now it's 3rd and long. The line of scrimmage, the Litchfield 14-yard line, 3rd, and we'll call it 12 for the Explorers at the 14. The clock rolling with 9:12 remaining in the first quarter. It's Piper wide right, wide to the left side. Another receiver, that's Jimmy Lawless. And here is the give to the fullback. That's Derek Starrett, and Starrett inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. Picks up about 4 on that play, and it's going to be 4th down and 7.
The Explorers are going to go for it.
Well, if ever they were going to try a field goal, this would be it. That ball's right smack dab in the middle of the field. And it would only be about 5 yards longer than an extra point, but they haven't kicked many extra points. So now it's Whedon wide left, Piper wide right, double wing formation, 4th and 7 at the 8-yard line. They put a man in motion to the left side, and they run the wing counter to Dalton Holm, and he's stacked up for a loss on the play. At the 10, he lost 2, and the Panthers will take over on downs at the Marquette 10-yard line. So after the Explorers ate up some big yardage early on that drive, once Marquette had it 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line, their running game bogged down. Litchfield sealed it off, and now the Purple Panthers with their first possession of the night. The junior quarterback, Mitch Wilkinson, and they run the run and shoot here. They spread it out and throw the football, and Wilkinson on the first down play, quick pass out to the right side, completes it, has his receiver out at the 14-yard line for a gain of 4. Making the reception was the freshman, Alex Hull. And they go no huddle. Hull with a 4-yard gain on that reception, 2nd and 6. And a quick pass out to the right side, incomplete this time. Again, Hull, the intended receiver, and that time Tyler Moore had tight coverage on Hull, and the pass fell incomplete here on the near sideline. So now it's going to be 3rd and 6 for Litchfield. And I tell you what, when you go no huddle, if you go 3 and out, you put your defense right back out there without much of a blow. Trips to the left side. Another receiver wide to the right side. Actually, 2 receivers to each side of the field. And Wilkinson looking straight down the middle. He's got a man. He completes it out at the 32-yard line. Making the reception was Craig Johns. Good for a first down. Johns was wide open. That went from the 14 out to the 33, a gain of 19. And Johns made the reception, and now on the first down play, out to the right side, intended for Johns, and that one incomplete, as Wilkinson lofted it out there to the near sideline and hoped that Johns could run under it, but he had double coverage and couldn't get there. It'll be 2nd and 10. So just as last week, Marquette played a team that went no huddle and threw the football on nearly every down, here it is again tonight. 2nd and 10, Purple Panthers from their own 33. Wilkinson, that time they got an early start. That'll be the first penalty of the night, a 5-yard walk-off against Litchfield. Illegal procedure against the Purple Panthers. I think it was the back standing next to Wilkinson who started a count early. So 2nd and 15, Litchfield from their own 28. They marked the ball ready for play. 2 receivers to each side of the field. Wilkinson drops to throw, lofts it deep down the right sideline, intended for a hole, and he threw that one about 3 yards out of bounds under heavy pressure. And it's going to be 3rd and 15, Litchfield. Well, they converted on a 3rd down earlier on this possession. But that was 3rd and 6. This is 3rd and 15. Trips to the right side. That's the short side of the field. Another receiver wide left. And they set up the middle screen, but it goes incomplete as there was heavy pressure in there on the quarterback, and Michael Cook was in there as well as Derek Starrett, and they didn't even have time to set up a screen properly. So on that possession, Wilkinson hit 2 of 6 passes for 23 yards. They picked up 1 first down, and now facing 4th and 15 from their own 28-yard line. They set up in punt formation. Dalton Holmes standing back at his own 36-yard line, awaiting the kick. Clock stops with 7:31 remaining. Here's a short kick shanked to the right side, and Marquette again will have great field position. And they're going to start in Purple Panther territory once again, this time at the 48-yard line.
At First Mid-America Credit Union, they offer more than savings accounts, checking accounts, money markets, loans, and IRAs. They also offer a Visa Platinum card, which rewards their members with low rates, no annual fees, no hidden fees, no balance transfer fees, built-in safety features to protect your card from fraud, and a reward program which rewards you for every purchase you make. Apply today for a First Mid-America Credit Union Visa Platinum card at www.1stmidamerica.org.
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
So the Marquette defense, after giving up 1 first down, holds. And let's see if the offense can this time put some points on the board. Marquette's second possession, 1st and 10. And now, players on all sides moved, and that's going to go against Marquette because at least 3 guys moved prior to the snap. And that's what drew Litchfield offside. Illegal procedure against Marquette. And this is sort of what they did to themselves against Vandalia. They showed the ability to move the football, but then they'd self-destruct from time to time. And here, starting in good field position, now all of a sudden it's 1st and 15 before they even run a play. The Explorers break the huddle. They send John Piper wide to the right side. Jimmy Lawless wide to the left. Double wing formation. Jack Miller sets the team. Puts Holm in motion to the right side. Miller drops to throw. Slant to the right side. That's picked off. Picked off by Johns at the 46. Down the left sideline. He goes inside the 40. All the way inside the 30 down to about the 28-yard line. And Miller just misfired on that slant. He underthrew Piper and threw it right into the hands of Johns, the defensive back, and the first turnover of the night is given up by the Explorers.
Well, Piper had double coverage, and Miller obviously didn't see it.
And so now the Purple Panthers, and now prior to the snap, Marquette jumps into the neutral zone, and that could be 5 against the Explorers. Let's see, the officials will talk it over. And it is offside against Marquette. So now 1st and 5 for Litchfield. So the Explorers twice had great opportunities starting drives in Purple Panther territory. Now it's 1st and 5 Litchfield at the Marquette 26-yard line. And again, Marquette jumps into the neutral zone. That time it was Michael Cook. And that's going to give Litchfield a first down. Haven't even snapped the football and they got a first down. Their second of the night. So that puts it down at the Marquette 21-yard line. 1st and 10 Litchfield. And those defensive linemen need to watch the football. When the football's snapped, then you can go. Panthers now looking to the far sideline. The quarterback looking to get a play in. He's got receivers left and right. A man in the backfield with him. Quick pass out to the right side. He completes it, but no gain on the play. Making the reception for the Purple Panthers was Ben Nail.
That was a short screen, quick screen out here to the right, and Starrett was there to put the stop on him.
Actually, they lost a yard on the play. So it's 2nd and 11. And a quick pass out to the left side. Same play to the other side of the field and same result. Only a bigger loss this time. Nail catches it at the 24 and is brought down immediately right there. A loss of 2 on that play.
That's the first time Litchfield has thrown to the left, Sam. All the other passes have been to the right.
And now 3rd and 14 Panthers at the Marquette 24-yard line. And here is Wilkinson. Pass out to the right side. He's got a man at the 20, and Nail is tackled from behind down at about the 14-yard line. Making the tackle there for the Explorers was Brett Greenwell, and it brings about 4th and 4 Litchfield. A 10-yard reception on that play. Wilkinson has hit 5 of 9 for 30 yards. And on 4th and 4, the Panthers go just inside the Marquette 15-yard line. Receivers left and right. This no-huddle offense quickly to the line of scrimmage. Pass out to the left side, incomplete. He had a man wide open over the middle for a first down and didn't see him. He tried to throw the slant to the left side, but he had a receiver down at the 10-yard line who was wide open, and now the Explorers will take over on downs. So both teams have threatened. Marquette got inside the 10 on its first possession, threw an interception on its second possession, and Litchfield took it down to the 14 before turning it over on downs. 1st and 10 Explorers right there. Miller under center, turns, gives it to Stair. No, Miller keeps it himself. Try to turn that right corner. He gets a block, and then he slips down as he takes it out to the 20-yard line. Miller that time running the option well, as they would have stacked Starrett up for no gain, but instead Miller takes it around the right side for a gain of 6. Miller 3 carries for 31 yards. 2nd and 4 Explorers from their own 20-yard line. We're down to 5:11 and counting remaining in the first quarter. We're scoreless at Public School Stadium in Alton. A pair of 1 and 4 teams here. Whedon wide to the left for the Explorers. John Piper wide right, double wing formation on 2nd and 4. Holm in motion to the right side. They give it on a counter to the fullback, Derek Starrett. He crosses the 20 to the 21, a gain of 1, and it's going to be 3rd and 3. The defense didn't bite as all the motion was to the right side. Faked a handoff to the man who had been in motion, and then came back on a counter to the fullback, and Starrett got a yard but no more. 3rd and 3 Explorers from their own 21-yard line. Receivers left and right. Piper to the left. Another receiver wide right. And the hand is to Holm, the wing back in motion, and he is hit and brought down for no gain on the play. In fact, he lost a yard, and it's going to be a punting situation for the Explorers. And so the Explorers will go 3 and out here. John Piper back in punt formation, standing at his own 6-yard line. Johns and Durbin back deep for Litchfield. Piper gets a good snap and gets the kick away. It's a line drive kick that will take a Marquette hop, big Marquette hop. It hit at the 50, rolls inside the 35, down to the 31-yard line, and the Panthers will have it 1st and 10 right there. 3:21 remaining in the first quarter. The score, Marquette nothing, Litchfield nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Ace Hardware in Bethalto is your helpful place. It's where you'll find more than 70,000 items in the store and even more online. It's where the people know how to solve your problems. It's where top brands like Benjamin Moore, Still, and Craftsman make your jobs go smoothly and with confidence. It's where hot buys sizzle each and every week. Ace Hardware in Bethalto is more than helpful. They save you time and money too.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
First and 10, Litchfield from their own 31-yard line. A scoreless first quarter thus far. Late first quarter action. Trips to the left, another receiver wide right. Wilkinson, quick slant to the right side, incomplete as the receiver was separated from the football as he was hit by Brett Greenwell and Tyler Moore. Wilkinson hit his intended receiver in the numbers, but the defensive pressure was there right there, simultaneously with the arrival of the football. Second and 10, Panthers from their own 31. Trips left, two more receivers wide right, an empty backfield, and Wilkinson drops to throw. They try to set up a screen to the left side, that slip screen. He's got his man. That's Johns down the right sideline. He goes out to midfield and down to the Marquette 49-yard line. And a big gainer there, a 20-yard completion from Mitch Wilkinson to Craig Johns.
That was a nicely called play by Litchfield, because Marquette loaded up and came, and no one was back there to defend the screen.
That was that slip screen to the right side. First and 10, Panthers at the Marquette 49, their third first down of the night. They put a man in motion to the left side, whistles and flags prior to the snap, and it's going to be a procedure call against the Purple Panthers. Their second penalty of the night. And so now they shoot themselves in the foot. Well, is this game looking a lot like that Vandalia game?
It certainly is.
Both teams showing some ability to move the football, but then stopping themselves more than the defenses are stopping them. First and 15, Panthers from their own 46-yard line. Mitch Wilkinson takes a snap. Pump fakes. Now he's going to take off with it. Out to midfield where he's hit, but manages to surge forward all the way to the Marquette 45-yard line for a gain of 9 on that carry for Wilkinson, and that's their first rushing play of the night. And Wilkinson picked up 9. I think that might have been a called quarterback draw. He pump faked and then immediately put it away and took off. Second and 6 for the Panthers. Wilkinson back to throw, under pressure, lets it go downfield. Oh, he's got his man down at the Marquette 22-yard line. Good for a first down. Making the reception was number 11, and that's Jordan Hewitt, and a big gainer. Calculate the yardage here in a moment, but all the way down to the Marquette 22-yard line, and on the first down play, a pass over the middle, incomplete. That last play went for 27 yards. Hewitt's first reception of the night. And that was the fourth first down of the night for Litchfield. Second and 10, Purple Panthers at the Marquette, let's call it the 23. And the pass out to the right side, incomplete, down at about the 5-yard line. Again, Hewitt, the intended receiver. Wilkinson thus far has completed 7 of 15 passes for 76 yards. And now it'll be third and 10, Litchfield at the Marquette 23. Trips to the left, another receiver to the right. Back in the backfield with Wilkinson, who operates every play from the shotgun. Heavy pressure and a pass incomplete out to the left side, out at about the 9-yard line. Coming that time was Brett Greenwell from his safety position, and Wilkinson had to unload it quicker than he wanted to. So now it's 4th and 10 for Litchfield. And the Panthers wait for the officials to spot the ball as they had to track it down. And on 4th and 10 at the Marquette 23, Wilkinson takes the snap, drops, lets it go out to the left side, and that is picked off by the Explorers. Dalton Holm coming back the other way to the 20. A flag is thrown, and now that's going to cost the Explorers because they had an illegal block on the return. They'll move it all the way back inside the 10-yard line. And that's one of those plays where maybe you're better off just batting that down, and the Explorers would have started 1st and 10 at the 23. But with the penalty on the return, they're going to set up inside the 10.
Well, I was thinking the same thing, Sam. If you had some field presence, you would have seen where it was 4th down and been better off knocking the football down.
Well, without the penalty, Holm returned it to the 30, but because of the penalty, they're going to move it back just inside the 10-yard line. If he had just batted that ball down and it was a poorly thrown ball, Marquette would have started out at the 21-yard line. So the Explorers now, with horrible field position, starting deep inside their own territory with 2:02 remaining here in the first quarter. We're scoreless thus far. Jack Miller under center turns, gives it to Sterrett right up the middle. Derek Sterrett dragging tacklers with him out to the 15-yard line. A gain of 5 on that carry for Sterrett. Only his 4th carry of the night. Good for 19 yards.
Feed the fullback, Sam. That's what they've got to do.
Actually, he gained 6 on that carry as they gave him a really good spot. 2nd down and 4 for the Explorers just outside their own 15-yard line. Yeah, you almost have to run that fullback until they stop him, don't you? Then
everything else falls into place.
That's right. 2nd and 4, Marquette, man in motion to the left side. Again, the give to Sterrett. Again, dragging tacklers with him. Good for a 1st down out to the 21-yard line. A gain of 5 on that carry for Derek Sterrett. And only the 3rd 1st down of the night for Marquette. 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line. Derek Sterrett, 5 carries, 25 yards. The only time he didn't gain at least 5 was when they ran that counter. Well, that's not really the fullback's game, is it?
No, it's not. The fullback is between the tackles.
1st and 10, Marquette from their own 21. Holm in motion to the right side, and Miller fumbles the snap. A pile up, and let's see who's got the football. Miller never came away with the snap, and Litchfield has recovered the 2nd Explorer turnover of the night. Again, deep in their own territory, and now Litchfield will start 1st and 10 at the Marquette 20. Well, the mess just wasn't there. Miller pulled out, suddenly tried to go back and get the football, and it was on the ground, and Litchfield recovers. 2 Marquette turnovers. Well, the defense held after the first one, an interception. And now, 1st and 10, Litchfield at the Marquette 20. Receivers left and right. Wilkinson from the shotgun. Quick slant to the right side. Incomplete. He had a man wide open on the slant at the 15-yard line and threw it behind him. That was Craig Johns, who already has 2 receptions for 39 yards. But Wilkinson missed him. That's all it was, because he was wide open for at least a 5-yard gain and probably more. 2nd and 10, Panthers at the Marquette 20. 2 receivers to each side of the field. Nail in the backfield with Wilkinson. He lost it deep down the right side. He's got Johns at the 3, and he steps out right there. A 1st down for the Panthers. 1st and goal, a 17-yard completion, as Craig Johns was wide open. 8 of 19 for Wilkinson for 93 yards as John stepped out of bounds at the 3. It stopped the clock with 44 seconds remaining in the half. 1st and goal, Panthers, and a running play as they run the Wildcat, and that's a touchdown for Craig Johns. He took it to 3 yards as they lined up in the Wildcat, and Johns just walked in from 3 yards out. And the Purple Panthers here in the final minute of the first quarter draw first blood. So the Explorer turnover leads to a 20-yard touchdown drive by Litchfield. And now the Panthers will go for 2. Trips to the left, another receiver wide to the right. And here is Wilkinson running out to the left now, unloads it into the end zone and completes it. I think that's Hewitt. No, it's number 31, Ben Nail, for the two-point conversion. And the Panthers lead by 8. 39 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The score, Litchfield 8, Marquette nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 LaCrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
Well, turnovers here in the first quarter have cost the Marquette Explorers, and they find themselves trailing 8-0 with 39 seconds remaining in the first quarter. My name is Sam Sten. Alongside is John Rogers, and it was multiple turnovers 2 weeks ago here against Vandalia that cost Marquette in a 13-12 loss. And they've already turned it over twice here in the first quarter. The last one, a fumble of the snap by the quarterback Jack Miller, and the Panthers took over at the 20 and ultimately took it in, added the two-point conversion. They lead it 8-0, and now Litchfield's set to kick it away to Marquette. Johns to kick it, and this time he kicks it deep. And Tyler Moore will take it right on the sideline. He just managed to stay in bounds at the 10-yard line. Weaves his way out across the 20 to the 25 to the 30 to the left sideline to the 40. Fakes a cutback, and now he's hemmed in and brought down at the Litchfield 39-yard line. A dandy return by Tyler Moore, and I thought he'd made a mistake as he picked it off. It was going to roll out of bounds, and if he didn't, he looked like he nearly stepped out of bounds, but he must have just stayed in, and then a dandy return. But you wouldn't really advise picking the ball up there on a regular basis.
No, not really.
He was really lucky. It was going to roll out of bounds, and the Explorers would have had great field position, but they have an even better field position here. 1st and 10 at the 39. Now the back's in the I formation, and actually they're running the Wildcat, and that's Dalton Holm. And he takes it inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line. They had the quarterback essentially lined up in that pistol formation. And it was Dalton Holm that time with another back behind him. And Holm picks up 6 on that carry. And that's going to be the final play of the first quarter after 1 quarter of action here at Public School Stadium in Alton. The score, Litchfield 8, Marquette nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance, today at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Why is Roberts Motors #1 in Ford certified pre-owned sales in the St. Louis Metro East?
Visit the 169-point inspection all our vehicles go through.
Maybe it's because we've been doing it for over 60 years.
Or is it the large selection we keep in stock at all times?
Personally, I think the answer is all the above. Stop in today and see. Nobody does pre-owned better than Roberts Motors.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years in Alton, Illinois, or on the web at rivalry.com.
Dalton Holm, the quarterback on this series for the Explorers, operating from the pistol formation with the fullback Sterrett behind him. They put a man in motion to the left side and give it to Holm, keeps it himself, Holm trying to turn that left corner. He does. First down yardage. But there is a flag on the play. Holm took it all the way down to the 26-yard line for a gain of 8. But now let's check the flag, which is lying back at the 33-yard line. If the play stands, it's a first down for the Explorers. Here comes the indication from the referee. Face mask against Litchfield. So it is a Marquette first down, just their 4th of the night after Holm picked up 8 on that carry from that pistol formation. He faked the handoff to the fullback. Then they tacked 5 yards onto the gain as it was an incidental face mask. 3rd penalty of the night against Litchfield. 1st and 10 Explorers at the Litchfield 22-yard line. So the good kickoff return by Tyler Moore. And then a couple of running plays by Holm. A penalty on top of that. 1st and 10 Explorers at the Litchfield 22-yard line. Here's the snap and the give to LaShawn Whedon coming around on from his end position. And Whedon takes it down to the 15, the 16-yard line. A gain of 5 on that carry by LaShawn Whedon.
That was a little wingback counter coming back to the right side, Sam. And if he could have gotten a block from the wide out to the right here, he may have scored.
2nd and 4, Marquette at the Litchfield 16-yard line. The Purple Panthers leading 8-0, opening minutes of the second quarter. Dalton Holm at quarterback, spelling Jack Miller, who got the start. Again from that pistol formation, double wing formation. Whedon in motion to the right side. And here's the give to Sterrett up the middle. Bounces off one tackler. He has first down yardage inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line. What a tough run there by Derek Sterrett. He picks up 7 and another Marquette first down. He just ran over the first tackler.
I was going to say he was momentarily stopped and was not to be denied.
1st and goal Explorers just inside the 9 of Litchfield. This is not the first time Marquette has been inside the 10. Let's see if this time they can cash in. They send Lawless wide left. Wide right is Piper. This time double wing formation with the quarterback under center. And here's Holm keeping it himself. Holm inside the 5, spins off one tackle. Holm to the goal line. Holm is in for the touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run by Dalton Holm. And he broke about 3 tackles along the way. I'll say this about Dalton Holm. He's a much more dangerous runner from the quarterback position than he is when he lines up at wingback. And so the Explorers answer. A 49-yard touchdown drive after the good kickoff return by Tyler Moore. Dalton Holm cashes in from 9 yards out. And the Explorers will go for 2 here to try to tie it. It's currently 8-6 Litchfield. Double wing with Piper wide to the right side. Holm under center. Long count, takes a snap, turns, gives it to Sterrett. Sterrett keeps the legs churning but never does get in. Well, he took it all the way down to just shy of the goal line but never could break the plane. And so with 10:09 remaining in the first half, the score now, Litchfield 8, Marquette 6. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
At Jack Schmidt Chevrolet in Wood River, we make car buying a breeze. A member of our sales team will assist you in selecting the perfect new or GM certified pre-owned vehicle, and we back it up with our guaranteed price policy. Our commitment to you continues after the sale with genuine Goodwrench service. So if you don't know where to get the best deal on quality vehicles and service,
you don't know Jack Schmidt
in Wood River, Illinois.
Yeah!
From its birth in 1931 on Broadway in Alton to its new home on Homer Adams Parkway, welcome to Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings. Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings earned its outstanding customer service reputation in servicing major appliance brands such as Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, Samsung, and more. When you think about it, Alton Refrigeration is about providing you with years of comfortable living with worry-free brand name products.
driving 20 yards due to the Purple Panthers after a Marquette turnover. Now Marquette with an onside kick. The ball is loose. A big pile up at the 40 of the Purple Panthers. Marquette had a shot at it. And let's see who comes up off the football. And the Purple Panthers managed to get it. Ben Nail on the football at his own 41-yard line. And Marquette surprised Litchfield. And the Explorers had a couple of shots at it, but just couldn't cover the football. 1st and 10 Litchfield at their own 41-yard line. So each team has tried an onside kick in this game. Litchfield tried one on the opening kickoff. Wilkinson in the shotgun, hands it off, and here is Johns trying to turn the left corner. He is hemmed in. A flag is thrown. Derek Sterrett throws him for a loss all the way back at the 31-yard line. And there was also a flag on the play, and Marquette might be wise, if this is against Litchfield, to decline it and let the down count and a 10-yard loss on top of it. It is declined by the Explorers. A 10-yard loss on that running play, 2nd and 20. That was only their 3rd running attempt of the night. And now they have total rushing offense at 2 yards. Maybe that's why they throw it all the time. They have 4 receivers to the right side, another receiver wide left. Wilkinson drops to throw, lets it go over the middle, incomplete. That may have been tipped at the line of scrimmage. Wilkinson now 8 of 20 for 93 yards and an interception. And so now 3rd and 20 for Litchfield. And if Marquette can hold here, the momentum will have really switched. After Litchfield went ahead late in the first quarter, looked like momentum was on their side. Marquette answered with a touchdown drive. Now 3rd and 20. They launch it deep down the right side, and that is caught at the Explorer 45-yard line. And Tyler Moore makes the tackle at the 44. The pass was underthrown, and coming back to get it was Craig Johns. And a big gainer there for the Purple Panthers. 25 yards on that completion and a first down.
You just don't let that happen. You're playing pass defense against this type of team.
John's 4th reception of the night for a total of 81 yards. The 6th first down of the night for Litchfield at the Marquette 44-yard line. Receivers left and right. Wilkinson's quick swing pass out to the right side. And the running back breaks a couple of tackles, Durbin, and he takes it all the way down to the Marquette 34-yard line, 35-yard line. It looked like he was hemmed in for a loss on the play and somehow managed to escape and picked up 9.
Well, there was a bunch of poor tackling on the perimeter, Sam. That's what allowed him to go from a loss to a major gain.
Now a flag on the play and also a timeout called by Marquette. And they're going to wave off the flag, but the Explorers asked for a timeout facing Litchfield with a 2nd and 1 opportunity. 8:37 remaining in the first half. The score, Litchfield 8, Marquette 6. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
To a military family, a phone call home is priceless, but these phone calls are expensive. By donating a used cell phone through Cell Phones for Soldiers, Weber Granite City Chevrolet is helping U.S. service members get a free 60-minute calling card. Cell Phones for Soldiers addresses an everyday emotional need that everyone has experienced, the need to call home, to hear a familiar voice while far away. If you have a cell phone you're not using, please donate it to us at Weber Granite City Chevrolet for the Cell Phones for Soldiers program.
Ragusa drops to throw. Now lets it go deep down the left sideline. He's got top, and he makes a dandy catch.
Here's another steal by Bradley. Lumpkins all alone. He lays it in from.
Yeah! Woo!
Well, it looked like with Litchfield facing 3rd and 20, Marquette was about to get the ball back, but instead Litchfield converted on a big 3rd down play, and now face 2nd and 1 at the Marquette 35-yard line. Receivers left and right. 2 backs in the backfield with Durbin, who's in the shotgun. They put a man in motion to the right side, and they run a counter And there's a big hole up the middle for Durbin. Durbin breaking tackles, took it all the way down to the Marquette 26-yard line. A gain of 9 on that carry for Durbin, and the 7th first down for the Purple Panthers. 1st and 10 at the Marquette 26. Receivers left and right. Wilkinson has a man wide open down the right sideline, inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. And a gain of 17 on that completion. And again, it was Johns, who now has 98 yards receiving. And here is the give up the middle to Wilkinson, and Wilkinson. And was that, well, did they throw the ball there? He passed it, okay. And it was Johns. They faked the handoff to Wilkinson and threw it to Johns, and Johns gained 3 down to the Marquette 5-yard line. 2nd and goal at the 5. Receivers left and right on the 2nd down play. Wilkinson drops to throw. Now being flushed out, running to his left. He's going to take off. He's got some running room. He's at the 5. He's in for the touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run by Wilkinson. And the Panthers are on the board once again and extend their lead. Well, the Explorer defense there was pretty porous after giving up that big 3rd and 25 play. After that, it was easy sailing for the Purple Panthers. And now they will go for 2 to add to their 14-6 lead. They can make it a 2-possession game. Wilkinson wants to throw. He's got all kinds of time now. He lets it go. He's got his man in the end zone. Good for the 2-point conversion. That was Durbin. And I tell you what, if he hadn't thrown it to Durbin, he was going to be able to walk it in anyway. So with 7:35 remaining here in the first half, the score now, Litchfield 16, Marquette 6. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
At First Mid-America Credit Union, they offer more than savings accounts, checking accounts, money markets, loans, and IRAs. They also offer a Visa Platinum card, which rewards their members with low rates, no annual fees, no hidden fees, no balance transfer fees, built-in safety features to protect your card from fraud, and a reward program which rewards you for every purchase you make. Apply today for a First Mid-America Credit Union Visa Platinum card at www.1stmidamerica.org.
With John Rogers, Sam Stem back at Public Schools Stadium in Alton, where as we approach the midway point of the second quarter, Litchfield leads at 16-6. And the Purple Panthers will kick it away to Marquette. Well, the Explorers have shown some ability to move the football, but 2 turnovers and some inopportune penalties. And then the Marquette defense just got porous all of a sudden. And Litchfield leads at 16-6.
A couple of those pass plays, they had run them so quickly that the Marquette was not even set.
Now here's Piper on the kickoff return from the 15. Out across the 25 to the 30. Piper right up the middle, out to the 40-yard line. And now let's see if the Marquette offense can move the football like they did on that last possession. Again, Marquette with very good field position. They've had good field position most of the night. And it's going to be Dalton Holm back at quarterback. He led him on that touchdown drive on Marquette's last possession. 1st and 10. Explorers from their own 40-yard line. And Dalton Holm brings them to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the right side, 2 more wide left. Holm in that pistol formation. A man in motion to the right side, and they snap it over his head. Holm all the way back at the 20, picks it up, and he'll be swarmed under there, and that'll go as a loss of 20 yards. So he was in the pistol, and the snap was for the shotgun because it went sailing right over his head. And a 20-yard loss on that play. So it's 2nd and 30. Well, the wheels are coming off here for Marquette. They trail by 10. 6:55 and counting remaining in the second quarter. And they face 2nd down and 30 from their own 20-yard line. Receivers left and right. Again from the pistol formation. A man in motion to the right side, and here is Holm to throw. Launches it deep down the right side, and Piper is there, but the ball is underthrown, and he can't come back and get it, as that gave the opportunity for the defenders to recover, as Piper was about 10 yards behind anybody, but Holm just couldn't get it there, and Piper had to slow up and wait for it, and 2 Litchfield defenders got there at the same time the ball did. Wow. That was an opportunity, but Holm, who didn't start at quarterback last week because of a hand injury, and who did not start at quarterback here tonight, but was inserted in the starting quarterback position after Miller had turned it over twice, Holm just couldn't get it there. And now we have a Purple Panther down and injured. And with the injury, it was one of the defensive backs who was involved in breaking up the pass attempt to John Piper all the way down at the Marquette 45-yard line. So with the injury comes a timeout on the field. 6:33 remaining first half. And now it's Craig Johns who was down and injured. He must have just had the wind knocked out of him because now he gets up and walks off under his own power. So
in today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Ace Hardware in Bethalto is your helpful place. It's where you'll find more than 70,000 items in the store and even more online. It's where the people know how to solve your problems. It's where top brands like Benjamin Moore, Still, and Craftsman make your jobs go smoothly and with confidence. It's where hot buys sizzle each and every week. Ace Hardware in Bethalto is more than helpful. They save you time and money too.
From that pistol formation, Holm drops to throw. He's got some time. Over the middle, he completes it to Starrett, out to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, out to the 43-yard line. And a gain of 23 on that completion, but it's going to be not nearly enough for a first down. It's going to be 4th and 7.
But at least they got them out on their own end of the field. Gives it a little more room.
Marquette's first completion of the night. And I don't think Marquette has much more than about 60 yards in total offense. And now John Piper stands in punt formation back at his own 28-yard line. Durbin will return. Marquette one player short. They have a lot of confusion out there. And now it's going to be a delay of game against the Explorers. So the 4th penalty of the night against Marquette, all minor penalties for a total of 20 yards. 4th and 7 will become 4th and 12. They walk off the yardage against the Explorers. 4 penalties, 2 turnovers, some breakdowns on defense. Now Piper standing at his own 25. Low snap. He takes it on a short hop and gets a nice kick away. It'll be returned by, well, that time Durbin just at the last minute let it go. And it rolls all the way inside the 10 down to the 6-yard line. And the Explorers down it there. But Durbin made the right decision because he was backpedaling and would have had to field that over his shoulder with Explorer defenders bearing down on him, and a dandy punt there by John Piper. And the Explorer defense now will have an opportunity to hold Litchfield deep in their own territory. 1st and 10 Purple Panthers from their own 6-yard line. This could be a key point in this ball game. If the Explorers could force the 3 and out, they might have a chance to get close at halftime. Litchfield, on the other hand, would love to pick up a couple of first downs. If not score, at least run out the clock here at the end of the half. And here is a running play as Johns was lined up in the Wildcat, and he loses a couple of yards. Stopped at the 4, loss of 2. Well, we'll call it a loss of 2, as Craig Johns was lined up in the Wildcat there.
Sean Etley made the stop.
2nd and 12, Purple Panthers from their own 4-yard line. And still Johns at the quarterback position. Now it's Wilkinson, and he drops into his own end zone. Lets it go out to the right side, completes it out at about the 7-yard line for a gain of 3 on that completion. Making the reception was number 11, Jordan Hewitt, but only a gain of 3. 150 yards passing by Wilkinson. Now on the 3rd down play, he completes it for a first down and then some. Still on his feet out at the 35 to midfield, and this is going to be a touchdown. It's going to be a 93-yard touchdown completion to Craig Johns, and Litchfield has struck like lightning. A 93-yard touchdown reception. Johns broke a couple of tackles. Looked like it was just going to be a strike for a first down. He broke a couple of tackles and went all the way. Wow. And that was like lightning. A 93-yard touchdown completion. It comes with 4:19 remaining in the quarter, in the half. And now Litchfield will go for 2. Wilkinson drops, lets it go over the middle, incomplete. So the 2-point conversion fails. But with 4:19 remaining in the half, the score now, Litchfield 22, Marquette 6. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 LaCrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Mitch Wilkinson for the Litchfield Purple Panthers has completed 14 of 26 passes for 243 yards and a touchdown. He's also thrown an interception. His favorite receiver is Craig Johns, who has made 7 receptions for 194 yards, including 93 on that last play. And that was a killer. If Marquette stops him there, the Panthers are punting from their own end zone, and Marquette has a chance to make it close at halftime. Suddenly, the Explorers find themselves trailing by 16. Well, you just can't let that happen.
No, you can't, Sam.
When you have a team in the shadow of their own goalpost, facing 3rd and long, and it was 3rd and 7. Now here is the kick, and the Explorers will return John Piper from his own 12, out across the 20, to the 30, to the 40. Piper, one man to beat, down the left sideline he goes. Oh, and a shoestring tackle all the way down at the Panther 33-yard line. Piper was about a half step from taking that all the way. So now the Explorers with an opportunity, again with great field position, to try and cut it perhaps to a 1-possession game. They trail by 16. They'd need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. First and 10 at the Litchfield 33-yard line, and now Marquette needs a timeout as they had some confusion getting the offense out onto the field. 4:09 remaining in the half. Litchfield 22, Marquette 6. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Everybody's saying buy American, but not me. I just want you to come drive American. Come out today and see for yourself. No one has a more impressive selection of vehicles than Ford. Whether it's a Focus, Fusion, Escape, Edge, F-150, or any other Ford product, no one can beat Ford's quality. Not Toyota, not Honda, not anybody.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years, just off Route 3 or Highway 67 in Alton, or at RiverBender.com.
To-do lists rarely need more to do. So, at American Family, we offer a variety of products at affordable prices with the convenience of a single agent. From auto and homeowners to business and life insurance. This is Gerard Fisher with American Family Insurance. Give me a call at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Sam Stem along with John Rogers back at Public School Stadium in Alton. Marquette's most potent weapon tonight, the kickoff return, but you can't win a game with kickoff returns.
Not many times.
No. It's the only way you get to return a kickoff, other than once a half, is when the other team scores. Marquette, first and 10 at the Litchfield 33. Holm in there at quarterback. And here is the give. Holm keeps it himself after faking the handoff to Sterrett. And Holm is thrown for a loss of a yard on the play. Well, he got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. He faked the handoff to Sterrett up the middle, and then at that point it almost looks like a power running play to the right side, but there was never an opening for Holm. And no gain on the play. Holm 9 carries for 10 yards. Marquette with about 70 yards rushing, 23 yards passing. 2nd and 10. Again from that pistol formation, a man in motion to the left side. Again Holm, now they run the option to the left side and pitch it back to Lawless. And Lawless turns that left corner and is bumped out of bounds down at about the 25-yard line. A gain of 8 on that carry. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Actually, that was Keyshawn Young, number 25. His first carry of the night. So Young picked up 8 on that carry. 3rd and 2 Marquette, just outside the 25 of the Purple Panthers. The clock stopped with 3:19 remaining here in the first half. Litchfield leading it 22-6. On the 3rd down play, receivers left and right. Holm in that pistol formation. They run the option to the right side, pitch it back to Sterrett. Sterrett found an opening and squeezed through just enough for a first down. But Sterrett was stationary when he took that pitch, and that's not the way you want to pitch back to take the ball. But a gain of 3 and a first down nonetheless. But not a lot of mesh on that play. 1st and 10 Marquette at the 22 of Litchfield. Down to 3:03 and counting remaining in the first half. Litchfield with a 16-point lead. Lawless wide left, Piper wide right. Slot receivers to each side of the field. Holm in the pistol formation, takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Sterrett, now runs around the left end. He's got all kinds of running room, but a flag is thrown. Holm on his feet at the 2 and stacked up there, but the flag will not be good news for Marquette. In fact, I think Holm got into the end zone. But it'll be a hold against the Explorers all the way back at the 23-yard line. And I'll move it back to the 33. So all of that running by Holm, good for nothing. Actually, Holm, they said, was stopped at the 1-yard line. But the penalty will bring it back. And again, Marquette shoots itself in the foot. Turnovers, inopportune penalties, breakdowns on defense. And the Explorers find themselves trailing by 16 with 2:36 remaining in the half. And now they face 1st and 20 at the Litchfield 33-yard line. They send Lawless wide left. Whedon the slot receiver. Wide right, it's Piper. They put Whedon in motion to the right side, and they pitch it back to Whedon. Whedon steps inside one tackler and gets back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It'll be 2nd and 20. I'm sorry, I keep saying it's Whedon. It's Deshaun Young. That was Young on that carry. No gain on the play for Young. It'll be 2nd and 20 Explorers. Down to 2 minutes and counting, remaining in the half. They have to get in here, don't they? They really need to find a way to score.
Yeah, they do.
2nd and 20 at the 33 of Litchfield. Marquette with one timeout remaining. Receivers left and right. And a pass over the middle is nearly picked off. It was intended for LaShawn Whedon, but he never even really extended himself.
I don't think he saw it. I don't think he saw it coming.
And it should have been picked off, but it's probably why that Purple Panther is a defensive back instead of a receiver. Not great hands. Well, that stops the clock now with 1:37 remaining, and it's 3rd and 20 Explorers at the 33 of the Purple Panthers. Tyler Moore splits wide left. John Piper wide right. Slot receivers to each side of the field. Whedon in motion to the right side, and they hand it to Whedon. Whedon inside the 30, and that's going to go nowhere. He takes it to the 28. He gained 5, but that's not nearly enough. And it's going to be 4th down and about 17, 4th and 16 for the Explorers at the 29 of the Purple Panthers. Now they stop the clock with 1:16 remaining. And we've got a Purple Panther down and injured, and that'll give Marquette an opportunity to draw up a 4th down play here. 4th and 16.
From its birth in 1931 on Broadway in Alton to its new home on Homer Adams Parkway, welcome to Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings. Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings earned its outstanding customer service reputation in servicing major appliance brands such as Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, Samsung, and more. When you think about it, Alton Refrigeration is about providing you with years of comfortable living with worry-free brand name products. At Jack Schmidt Chevrolet in Wood River, we make car buying a breeze. A member of our sales team will assist you in selecting the perfect new or GM certified pre-owned vehicle, and we back it up with our guaranteed price policy. Our commitment to you continues after the sale with genuine Goodwrench service. So if you don't know where to get the best deal on quality vehicles and service,
you don't know Jack Schmidt in Wood River, Illinois.
Ben Nail, the injured Purple Panther, he's helped off to the far sideline, a leg injury of some kind. And now it's 4th and 16 Explorers at the Purple Panther 29-yard line. That holding call moments ago, a real killer unless Marquette can convert here. Halm running out to the left side, pitches it back to Sterrett. Sterrett finds the left sideline. Sterrett still on his feet down to the 15-yard line, but he's going to be shy of the 1st down. He picked up 14, he needed 16. And the Purple Panthers will take over on downs. I don't think he got a 1st down, did he?
No, I don't think so.
Nope. A couple yards short. So the Purple Panthers now with 1:01 remaining may be content just to run a couple of running plays here and take a 16-point lead to the locker room at halftime. Well, Marquette would have had it 1st and goal at the 1 if not for the holding call. And that holding call on that play was all the way on the other side of the field. Had nothing to do with the play. Wilkinson will throw over the middle, finds his man, completes it to Johns. Johns still on his feet and takes it all the way out to the Marquette 35-yard line, a gain of 20 on that play. Well, they risk turning the ball over, but they keep it going. Johns' 8th reception. Now for 214 yards, receiving in the 1st half. They roll the clock with 50 seconds remaining. Wilkinson will throw again. Now he steps up and he'll elude a couple of tacklers and takes it out to the 39-yard line for a gain of 5.
Marquette tackling has just been atrocious, Sam.
Down to 33 seconds and counting remaining in the half. Litchfield has timeouts, but it doesn't appear they're going to use them. Down to 25 seconds. 2nd and 5. Wilkinson will throw. A flag is thrown. Wilkinson lets it go downfield. He's got his man up. It's Durbin out to the Marquette 42-yard line. And that'll be a big gainer if it stands, a gain of about 18, but let's see what the flag is all about, and they're going to bring it back.
It was a motion call.
Illegal motion against the Panthers, their 4th penalty of the night. And we're down to 12 seconds remaining in the half. Litchfield leading it 22-6. And they're not shy about throwing the football even here in the final moments. I guess when they saw Marquette's tackling on that 93-yard touchdown pass earlier, they figure, well, you never know, we might shake somebody loose and go all the way. 2nd and 10 Panthers from their own 34-yard line. Now they line up like they're going to take a knee. Well, they're not even going to snap the ball. The final seconds tick off, and that's the half. At halftime, Litchfield 22, Marquette 6. Last week at Greenville, Marquette scored 26 in the first half. They score only 1 touchdown here in the first half here tonight. At the half, Litchfield with a 16-point lead. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place. Jack Schmidt Chevrolet of Wood River. If you don't know where to get the best auto deals, then you don't know Jack Schmidt. Alton Refrigeration, the first choice in quality HD TV and appliances. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac, serving the River Bend for 52 years. Barry Macias, professional, independent insurance agents. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Alt Memorial Hospital, the best healthcare close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the River Bend. Weber Granite City Chevrolet, buy American.
All set for the second half kickoff. Sam Stem along with John Rogers back at Public School Stadium in Alton. Litchfield leading Marquette 22-6. And just as we're ready for the kickoff, we're not ready as they blow the whistles. And Dalton Holm was about a half a step from putting a toe into it. And they stopped everything, so we'll do it all over again. Marquette fighting for their playoff lives. They thought they had a chance to win their last 4 and make the playoffs, but you got to win here tonight. And the receiving man for Litchfield was on a knee when he picked it up at the 24, so
short hop to the shortstop.
Play dead there, and the Purple Panthers will start 1st and 10 from their own 24. So the first order of business for the Explorers is to play some defense. And this is the second straight week they've played a team that goes no huddle and throws the football on almost every play. So at this point of the game, they ought to be used to that and figure out a way to stop it. Mitch Wilkinson for the Purple Panthers, who's thrown for 263 yards and a touchdown. First play, a slant over the middle, and Brett Greenwell sticks the receiver, but not after a short gain. It was Dylan Ballaway, and Ballaway picked up 4 on that reception, but he paid a heck of a price. Brett Greenwell slammed him to the turf. 2nd and 6. Litchfield from their own 28-yard line. They put 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right, another man in the backfield with Wilkinson, who is now under pressure and being flushed out to his left. He lets it go, and it's incomplete off the hands of an intended receiver out at the 32. In hot pursuit of the quarterback, Wilkinson, was Michael Cook, and Wilkinson threw that sidearmed, and now there's a flag at the point of the where the receiver got his hand on the ball, and apparently interference against Marquette it is. That is the call. So that's a 15-yard walk-off. They marked that off from the spot of the foul. And the 10th first down of the night for Litchfield. 1st and 10 out at their own 47. So another critical penalty against the Explorers. They shouldn't have walked that off from the point of the foul. They should have walked it off from the line of scrimmage.
If it was interference.
And that's what the indication was. Unless perhaps it was a face mask or something at that point. But Marquette head coach Tim Nelson questioning the officials. And now at this point in time, even if they figure out what it was, they've already moved the sticks. So it should have been 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. Instead, they marked it off from the point of the foul. Ragusa drops to throw. Now lets it go deep down the left sideline. He's got Thorpe, and he makes a dandy catch.
Here's another steal by Bradley. Lumpkins all alone. He lays it in from.
Yeah! Woo!
To a military family, a phone call home is priceless, but these phone calls are expensive. By donating a used cell phone through Cell Phones for Soldiers, Weber Granite City Chevrolet is helping U.S. service members get a free 60-minute calling card. Cell Phones for Soldiers addresses an everyday emotional need that everyone has experienced, the need to call home, to hear a familiar voice while far away. If you have a cell phone you're not using, please donate it to us at Weber Granite City Chevrolet for the Cell Phones for Soldiers program.
So it was about a 6 or 7 yard mistake, and the Explorers get those 6 or 7 yards back. 1st and 10 Litchfield from their own 39. A pair of receivers to each side of the field. Wilkinson back to throw, under pressure, lost the football, and he falls on it. So the Explorers getting some pressure on Wilkinson.
Well, that's one thing they haven't done much this evening is put pressure on him. I think it was maybe once or twice in the first half they got some pressure on him, and he threw it up.
2nd and 15 Litchfield, following that loss of 5. And it would go as a sack. He was under pressure, and as he tried to elude that pressure, he dropped the football, and then he had to just fall on it. On 2nd and 15, Wilkinson back to throw, lost it deep down the left side. He had a man wide open at the Marquette 40 and overthrew him. That was the freshman, Alex Hull. Hull didn't run the best route in the world as he was looking over one shoulder than the other, but that play was designed for Wilkinson just to throw it up and let the receiver run under it, and the freshman wasn't quite sure where to look for the football. So now a big 3rd down play here. Litchfield has cashed in on some 3rd and longs. Let's see what happens here with 10.5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Trips to the left side. Back to throw. Wilkinson swings it out to the right on a slip screen. It's going to be a big play for the Purple Panthers. Our 1st down all the way down to the Marquette 43. Holy smokes. 22 yards on that completion. And that was Nail making the reception. And another big 3rd down conversion for the Purple Panthers. 300 yards passing now for Mitch Wilkinson. Nail's 4th reception. 1st and 10 at the Marquette 43. Wilkinson lets it go downfield. He's got his man at the Marquette 30. That was Craig Johns with his 9th reception of the night. And that goes for a gain of 12 and another Litchfield 1st down. 312 yards passing on the night for Litchfield. Greenville passed for almost 500 yards against Marquette last week. There is a tip at the line of scrimmage. Derek Sterrett got a hand up and deflected that football, and it falls incomplete. Mitch Wilkinson, 18 of 32 for 312 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Just under 10 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Litchfield with the 16-point lead, facing 2nd and 10 at the Marquette 31. Quick pass out to the right side. They complete it to Johns, and that time he's stacked up after a gain of about 2. It's going to be 3rd and 8.
Finally, someone made a tackle.
Johns, 10 receptions for 228 yards. 3rd and 8 Litchfield. At the Marquette 29, Litchfield has converted on 3rd down attempt after 3rd down attempt. Wilkinson drops to throw. Lets it go out to the right side. He's got Johns for a first down at the Marquette 18-yard line. A gain of 11 on that play and another first down. Boy, they make it look easy, don't they?
Yeah, they really do. Johns is a talent.
239 yards receiving for Johns on 11 receptions. First and 10 Litchfield at the Marquette 18-yard line. Again, no huddle. Quick pass, and that is picked off by the Explorers. Marquette back the other way with the interception is Brad Emming, and he takes it all the way out to the 47-yard line. Emming with the interception and the return. There was a flag on the play, but it came early in the play. And Litchfield is indicating that the penalty is going to go against Marquette. Let's see. Illegal motion against Litchfield declined, and Marquette will keep the football out at the 47-yard line. Emming picked it off at about the 20 and took it all the way out to the 47. And that's a linebacker stepping in there and picking that one off. The second turnover of the night for Litchfield. And this could be a big one because it could put Marquette right back in the game if the Explorers can find a way to cash in. 9:11 remaining in the third quarter. Just when it looked like Litchfield might finish off a drive and take a 3-touchdown lead, now Marquette puts two men in motion. Very first offensive play of the half. And they put two men in motion at the same time. That is going to be Marquette's 7th penalty of the night for a total of 50 yards. I think Litchfield's saying, can we decline it? Because Dalton Holm took the snap and knowing that Marquette was going to be penalized just went to a knee, and the officials say no, it was whistle dead prior to the snap. First and 10, or second. Well, it shouldn't be second down. They must have let the penalty go. They declined the penalty. It's 2nd and 15. Holm runs the option to the left side and turns it upfield. Dalton Holm across the 45 to midfield, still on his feet. And he's down the left side. Oh, he pitched it back to Sterrett. Sterrett down inside the 20, inside the 15, down to about the 13-yard line. He pitched it way downfield. And that goes for a gain of 41 yards for Derek Sterrett.
If you're going to run that option, you've got to coach those kids to follow the quarterback because you never can tell. And that was the case right there.
It's never too late to pitch it, and Holm pitched it about 20 yards downfield, and then Sterrett went for another 20. 1st and 10 at the 14. Now whistles and flags with the snap. And let's see what this is all about. Illegal procedure against Marquette, I'll tell you. They cannot get any momentum going. Every time they have a big play, then they shoot themselves in the foot. 8 penalties for 55 yards, 2 turnovers. And they've allowed Litchfield to convert time and time again on 3rd down. And yet Marquette has an opportunity to get right back into this football game. Now it's 1st and 15 at the 19 of Litchfield. The clock rolling with 8.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Holm in the pistol with receivers to each side of the field. Sterrett behind him. And here's the give to LaShawn Whedon. Whedon is stacked up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Whedon needed to cut inside the block of Sterrett. He tried to take it outside. There was an opening there, but he didn't cut it up inside. No gain for Whedon on that carry. It's 2nd and 15 Marquette at the 19 of the Purple Panthers. Litchfield leads it 22-6. Next week, Marquette travels to Wood River to take on the Oilers. Holm in the pistol with Sterrett behind him. And they run the option to the left side. Holm cuts it up, now tries to cut it back. He's stacked up at the 15-yard line after a gain of 4, and it's going to bring about 3rd and 11. So a critical third down coming up here for Marquette. It is 4-down territory, as the line of scrimmage is the Litchfield 15-yard line. John Piper checks in with a play from the near sideline. The clock rolling with 7:10 remaining here in the third quarter. Litchfield led 22-6 at the half. That's where we stand right now. Two receivers to each side of the field. Halm and the pistol on 3rd and 11 at the 15. And Halm and Sterrett collide in the backfield. Now a flag is thrown, and they may have gotten Halm's face mask. Either that or it's a hold against Marquette, but Halm and Sterrett ran into each other in the backfield. The flag is lying at the 19. That would go as a loss of 4 if the play stands, but Halm indicates to the coaches here on the near sideline that penalty is against Litchfield. It is a personal foul, face mask, half the distance to the goal line. They'll put it down just inside the 10. And is that going to be an automatic first down? No, it is not. But they will get the down over, so now it's going to be 3rd and 6 at the 10. Well, that's a critical penalty. It would have been 4th and about 20. Now 3rd and 6. The ball just inside the 10-yard line. Halm in that pistol formation with receivers left and right. They put a man in motion to the left side, and Halm is going to run to the left. Halm with blockers out in front, inside the 10, inside the 5, out of bounds at the 2, but that'll be an Explorer first down. 1st and goal, Marquette. So that face mask penalty really kills Litchfield. They're going to say Halm stepped out at the 3. So that was a gain of 7 and the 8th first down of the night for the Explorers. I'll tell you what, Halm is a shifty runner that time. As they ran to the left, it was not an option as he got the fullback Sterrett out in front of him as a blocking back. 1st and goal, Explorers at the Litchfield 3. Now Halm under center, double wing formation. He sets the team. Puts a man in motion to the left side, and Halm takes it right up the middle for the touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run for Dalton Halm, and the Explorers are first on the board here in the second half. The touchdown comes with 6:19 remaining here in the third quarter, and now Marquette will go for the 2-point conversion to try to cut it to an 8-point game. So this is critical here. If they don't get the 2-point conversion, then it's a 2-possession game. With the 2-point conversion, it's a 1-possession game. Halm under center, double wing formation. They put a man in motion to the right side. Halm tries to keep it himself, and he is thrown for a loss. The 2-point conversion fails, but nonetheless, Marquette has cut the Litchfield lead to 10. 6:19 remaining in the third quarter. It's Litchfield 22, Marquette 12. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
At First Mid-America Credit Union, they offer more than savings accounts, checking accounts, money markets, loans, and IRAs. They also offer a Visa Platinum Card, which rewards their members with low rates, no annual fees, no hidden fees, no balance transfer fees, built-in safety features to protect your card from fraud, and a reward program which rewards you for every purchase you make. Apply today for a First Mid-America Credit Union Visa Platinum Card at www.1stmidamerica.org.
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
Sam Stim along with John Rogers back at Public Schools Stadium in Alton, just when it looked like Litchfield was going to march after taking the second half kickoff and make it a 3-touchdown lead. Brad Imming with a well-timed interception, and the Explorers put together a 53-yard touchdown drive, capped off by the 3-yard touchdown run by Dalton Halm. And the Litchfield lead is cut to 10. Litchfield with 3 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. Marquette with 2 touchdowns and no extra points. They failed twice on 2-point conversions. Marquette lost here 2 weeks ago by extra points, and that could be a factor here tonight. A short squib kick by the Explorers and returned for just a couple of yards by Ballo for Litchfield. He picked it up at his own 36 and took it out to the 37 or 38 as he ran east and west and not north and south. They put it down at the 38, 1st and 10, Litchfield right there. So the Purple Panthers lead now cut to 10. They led by 16 at the half. 325 yards passing by Mitch Wilkinson, but he's thrown 2 interceptions, one of which was a killer. And here is the handoff, and Wilkinson gives it to the running back Durbin, and Durbin stacked up for no gain on the play. In fact, he lost a yard. So now Litchfield, a little bit of a dilemma here. Do they get conservative, try to run some time off the clock, or do they stay with their game?
Well, it's too early to get conservative.
2nd and 11, Purple Panthers from their own 37. Wilkinson drops to throw, heavy pressure, he wings it downfield, and a diving catch there by Scott Durbin for a gain of 6, and it's going to be 3rd and 5. Durbin's 2nd reception of the night, and that was just a desperation throw by Wilkinson, and Durbin a diving catch. Now a big 3rd down play here, 3rd and 5. Wilkinson, plenty of time, lets it go out to the right side, incomplete, off the hands of his tight end. That's number 81, Austin Bryant. And it should be a punting situation for Litchfield unless they're really going to gamble here on 4th and 5. They keep the offense out there. Now maybe this is the punting team. It is. The punter finally out onto the field. Craig Johns will stand back in punt formation at his own 30-yard line. Only the 2nd punt of the night by Litchfield. Dalton Holm for the Explorers standing back at his own 24 awaiting the kick. The line of scrimmage for the Purple Panthers, their own 44. John standing at the 30 gets a high snap but has plenty of time and gets the kick away, and Holm will return from his own 19. Up the left sideline he goes to the 25, to the 30, out to the 32 or 33-yard line, and the Explorer offense will take over right there with an opportunity to make it a 1-possession game before the 3rd quarter is out. 4:53 remaining 3rd quarter. Marquette, the only score here in the 2nd half, trailing by 10. Well, this could be a big possession right here, Coach.
Yes, it should.
The Explorers can get right back into the football game. They send John Piper wide to the right. In the right slot is Keyshawn Young. 2 more receivers to the left side. And in the pistol is Holm, and he gives the handoff, fakes the handoff to the fullback, keeps it himself, tries to turn that right corner. He does, out to the 35, to the 38-yard line, and Holm didn't give any ground. He could have run out of bounds there, but he took on the tackler. They say his knee was down at the 37. It's a gain of 4. Holm now 13 carries for 28 yards. 2nd and 6, Explorers from their own 37-yard line. They stay with that pistol formation. He does line up in the pistol. 2 receivers to the short side, 2 more receivers to the other side of the field. Starrett stands behind the quarterback, Holm. And here is the fake handoff to Starrett. Holm keeps it himself, goes to the right side, crosses the 40 and takes it out to the 44. And now flags are thrown as Holm was hit after he was out of bounds. Holm had the 1st down after a 7-yard gain, and they may tack on 15 after that. It is going to be a personal foul against Litchfield. So the 15-yard walk-off, and that could be a killer against the Purple Panthers because it'll move the football from the Marquette 44 all the way down to the Litchfield 41-yard line. 1st and 10 Explorers right there. The 9th first down of the night for Marquette. Hom has to be careful not to call his own number too often.
Yeah, he's
getting it done, but
he's playing her as it is.
Yeah. 1st and 10 Explorers at the Litchfield 41 from the pistol formation. This time they give to Starrett right up the middle. Derek Starrett inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. A gain of 3 on that carry. But you got to make them respect that play. Starrett, 9 carries for 86 yards. 2nd and 7 Explorers at the Litchfield 48-yard line. The clock rolling with 3.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Well, Marquette scored on its first possession here in the second half, and they're marching here on their second possession. They send Jimmy Lawless wide to the left, Whedon in the left slot, Piper and Young wide right. And here is the fake handoff to the fullback Starrett, and Holm is buried for a loss of 3 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd and 10. Holm faked that handoff, and then he was just standing stationary in the backfield looking for an opening. Never did find one. And at this point, I think Litchfield is keying on Dalton Holm, knowing that 3 or 4 out of every 5 plays, he's going to keep the football himself. Let's see if Marquette wants to go to the air here, facing 3rd and 10 at the Litchfield 41-yard line. Holm fakes the handoff to Starrett. They will throw right down the middle. Piper open. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, John Piper. A 40-yard touchdown pass from Holm to Piper, and the Litchfield lead is cut to 4. Well, you knew sooner or later they had to go to John Piper after the big game he had last week, and he was wide open down the middle. Holm hit him in stride at the 15, and Piper walked in from there. Only the second completed pass for the Explorers here tonight, but it's good for a touchdown. Piper's first reception. And now Marquette will go for 2 to try to make it a 2-point game. Holm in that pistol formation takes a snap. They run the option to the right side, and he never does pitch it.
He should have pitched it to...
There is a flag on the play, however. And we'll see what this is all about. Looks like it was in the interior of the line, and it may be a hold against Marquette. If so, Litchfield will decline it. Holding, Explorers, and the try is no good. 2:14 remaining third quarter. The score now, Litchfield 22, Marquette 18. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Ace Hardware in Bethalto is your helpful place. It's where you'll find more than 70,000 items in the store and even more online. It's where the people know how to solve your problems. It's where top brands like Benjamin Moore, Still, and Craftsman make your jobs go smoothly and with confidence. It's where hot buys sizzle each and every week. Ace Hardware in Bethalto is more than helpful. They save you time and money too.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
All set for the Explorer kickoff. Late third quarter. Marquette trailed by 16 at the half. They now trail by 4. A little squib kick returned from the 35 to the 40 to the 47-yard line. And the Purple Panthers will have good field position. out at their own 47-yard line. Litchfield now maybe feeling a little heat here. They led by 16 at the half. They looked like they were going to add to that lead until they threw an interception deep in Marquette territory midway through the third quarter, and since then, the Explorers, 2 possessions, 2 touchdown drives. Now let's see if the Marquette defense can stop them again. 1st and 10 from the 47. And here is the throw over the middle. They complete it to Johns, and a great tackle there. I think it was Brad Emming who got a hand on Craig Johns and stopped him for no gain. And if Emming hadn't made that tackle, Johns might still be running. No gain. 330 yards passing for Mitch Wilkinson. Johns, 12 receptions for 239 yards. 2nd and 10, Purple Panthers. Wilkinson drops to throw. Lets it go deep down the left side. Incomplete. He had his receiver turned around down there. The intended receiver was Manly Bone. And Bone turned one way and the ball came the other way. He was open though. And now it's going to be 3rd and 10. That stops the clock with 1:31 remaining. Wilkinson has completed 22 of 37 for 330 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. 3rd and 10. Let's see if Marquette can put some pressure on him here. He rolls to his right, lets it go to the right sideline, and overthrows everybody. Incomplete. And it will be a punting situation for Litchfield. A 3-and-out force there. And after the Marquette defense gave up some big plays on Litchfield's first possession, since the Emming interception, the Marquette defense has been very, very good.
Well, this is one of the curses of this type of offense that they're running. You cannot, they cannot or will not control the ball, and thus the clock.
So now, Johns in punt formation. Dalton Holmes standing back at his own 20. And they put some pressure on Johns. He gets a wobbly kick away. And they let it hit, and it's going to roll inside the Marquette 10 down to the 7-yard line. Well, they had the block on. And Holm knew that, and he knew he wasn't going to try to return it no matter what. And that was a case where if he could have gone over and at least made a fair catch, it would have saved him about 20 yards. Marquette will start from their own 7-yard line, trailing by 4 with 1:14 remaining in the third quarter. But they brought everybody trying to block the kick, never really got close. And Holm just let the ball hit about 10 yards out in front of him, and it rolled from the 30 all the way down to the 7. And the Explorers will start here with Holm under center, double wing. Put a man in motion to the left side, and Holm keeps it himself. Running room to the left side. Holm out to the 25, to the 30. One man to beat. Midfield, 40, 35, and tracked down from behind all the way down at the 24-yard line. Dalton Holm takes it 68 yards, and it's a first down for Marquette.
That was a heck of a hole to get out of, Sam.
Wow. Dalton Holmes, 68 on that carry. It gives him 100 yards rushing on the night. And that includes the 20-yard loss when they snapped the ball over his head and he had to go back and cover it. So Dalton Holmes having a big game here after not even starting at quarterback. The 11th first down of the night for the Explorers. Litchfield has 13. And since the Emming interception, it has been all Marquette. 1st and 10 at the Panther 24-yard line. Here's the give to Starrett. A flag is thrown. That'll be a hold against Marquette. Starrett took it down to the 19. So instead of 2nd and 4, it's going to be 1st and 20. Well, not quite 20 because the flag was a couple of yards downfield. But it was right in the center of that line, holding against the Explorers. The 9th penalty of the night for the Explorers for 65 yards. And if it weren't for the penalties, Marquette would be winning here. They may take the lead here momentarily. First and 19 for the Explorers at the Litchfield 33-yard line. Down to 15 seconds and counting remaining in the third quarter. 22-18, Litchfield leads it. Now, Halm in the pistol, takes a snap, rolls to his right, he wants to throw. On the run, lets it go downfield. Oh, and it's caught! What a catch by John Piper at the 15-yard line. Halm threw it up for grabs. There were 3 Explorer receivers right there, and Piper went up and brought it down for a gain of 18 and a first down.
That was a crowd. There were 2 kids from Marquette and 2 from Litchfield there.
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 LaCrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
First and 10, Marquette at the Litchfield 15-yard line as we start the fourth quarter. Halm under center, double wing, keeps it himself. Halm to the right side, Halm inside the 10, Halm inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. A gain of 11 on that carry and another first down for the Explorers. Dalton Halm now 17 carries for 111 yards. First and goal, Marquette. The first downs are even at 13 apiece. Since Brad Emming intercepted a Mitch Wilkinson pass midway through the third quarter and killed a Litchfield drive that looked like it was going to give Litchfield a 3-touchdown lead, since that time it's been all Marquette. Marquette's third possession of the second half, and they have it first and goal at the 4. Here's the give, Starrett up the middle, Starrett to the goal line. Starrett's in for the touchdown, and Marquette leads for the first time tonight. Derek Starrett, a 4-yard touchdown run. It comes with 11:21 remaining here in the fourth quarter, and Marquette now leads by 2, and they will try to add to that. Have you ever seen a game turn the way this one did on that Emming interception? Ever since that interception, it's been all Marquette. And I guess maybe that's a case where you have a leader make a play.
About time it should turn around.
Yeah. One of only 2 seniors on the team, he makes a play, and ever since then, it's been all Marquette. Now the 2-point conversion attempt. Halm under center, puts a man in motion. Halm rolls to his right. Halm throws it into the end zone, and it's picked off, so the 2-point conversion attempt fails. So with 11:21 remaining in the fourth quarter, it's Marquette 24, Litchfield 22. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance, today at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Why is Roberts Motors #1 in Ford certified pre-owned sales in the St. Louis Metro East?
Visit the 169-point inspection all our vehicles go through.
Maybe it's because we've been doing it for over 60 years.
Or is it the large selection we keep in stock at all times?
Personally, I think the answer is all the above. Stop in today and see. Nobody does pre-owned better than Roberts Motors.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years in Alton, Illinois, or on the web at RiverBender.com.
The Explorers lead at 24-22. And now a squib kick, and it's going to be returned by Johns out across the 30 to the 35, looking for an opening, cuts it outside to the 40, to the 45, to midfield and into Explorer territory. Run out of bounds at about the Explorer 47-yard line or so. Well, they're going to say he stepped out at the 49, but the Purple Panthers again with good field position. And let's see now if Litchfield, trailing for the first time tonight, can regain its offense, because since Mitch Wilkinson threw that interception midway through the third quarter, Litchfield has done very little offensively. Trips to the right, another receiver to the left. Wilkinson drops to throw. He's got time. Lets it go deep down the right sideline for Johns, incomplete. He overthrew him. Dalton Holm with good coverage there. It'll be 2nd and 10. Wilkinson now 22 of 39 for 330 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. 2nd and 10. Litchfield tonight has 18 yards rushing. So you can pretty much play pass all the way. Let's see if they can get some pressure on Wilkinson. 2nd and 10. Purple Panthers at the Marquette 49-yard line. Wilkinson dropping to throw, all kinds of time. Lets it go over the middle, incomplete. Off the hands of Johns. He was open just about 3 yards downfield. He juggled the ball, and then here came Brad Emming, who was going to bury him, and the ball fell incomplete before Emming could really put a hit on him. So now Litchfield in danger of going 3 and out again. Marquette defense needing a stop. 3rd and 10 near midfield for Litchfield. They trail by 2. Pressure on Wilkinson. The ball batted at the line of scrimmage, and it falls incomplete. For a moment it looked like it might be up for grabs, and Marquette had a defender. That was Young, who made a diving attempt. Actually, Jimmy Lawless. He couldn't quite get there. No, actually it was Young. Keyshawn Young. And now Litchfield will have to punt again. This is their 3rd punt of the second half after punting only once in the first half. Marquette with 3 second half possessions and 3 touchdowns. And Johns gets the kick away and angles it towards the near sideline. It'll hit and bound toward the goal line and into the end zone. An automatic touchback, and the Explorers will start 1st and 10 from their own 20. And now what Marquette would really like to have is a nice plodding touchdown drive. Any kind of touchdown drive here, though, would be good. Marquette with a 2-point lead and the football. Marquette trailed 22-6 at the half. They now lead it 24-22. They have outscored Litchfield 18-0 here in the second half. Marquette sends John Piper wide to the right side. Wide left goes Jimmy Lawless. And Palm under center, runs the option, keeps it himself to the left side, spinning off tacklers, takes it out to the 24-yard line, a gain of 4 for Dalton Holm. Holm 115 yards rushing on 18 carries. He did not start at quarterback after a hand injury 2 weeks ago against Vandalia and a shoulder injury last week against Greenville. He did start tonight at wingback, but early in the second quarter took over at quarterback. 2nd and 6 Explorers from their own 24. Again, Holm under center, double wing with receivers left and right. Runs the option to the left side, turns it upfield, has the 30, has the 32. A gain of 8 on that carry and a first down for the Explorers, their 14th of the night. They're 8th here in the second half.
Well, that's what you need to do. You just keep plodding, 3 to 4 yards at a time, maybe 8.
Clock rolling with 9:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Marquette looking for its 2nd victory of the season. A win tonight keeps the Explorers' playoff chances alive. Next Friday night, they're down in Wood River at Memorial Stadium to take on the Oilers. Now Derek Sterrett limps to the sideline. He was the trail back on that last play and had lost his footing. May have twisted an ankle or a knee, and the Explorers now want a timeout. It comes with 9:21 remaining in the fourth quarter. The score, Marquette 24, Litchfield 22. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
At Jack Schmidt Chevrolet in Wood River, we make car buying a breeze. A member of our sales team will assist you in selecting the perfect new or GM certified pre-owned vehicle, and we back it up with our guaranteed price policy. Our commitment to you continues after the sale with genuine Goodwrench service. So if you don't know where to get the best deal on quality vehicles and service,
You don't know Jack Schmidt! In Wood River, Illinois.
from its birth in 1931 on Broadway in Alton to its new home on Homer Adams Parkway, welcome to Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings. Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings earned its outstanding customer service reputation in servicing major appliance brands such as Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, Samsung, and more. When you think about it, Alton Refrigeration is about providing you with years of comfortable living with worry-free brand name products.
Litchfield with about 70 yards in offense in the second half after having 282 yards offense in the first half. 1st and 10 Explorers, and they run the option to the right side. Holm keeps it himself, crosses the 35 and takes it out to the 36-yard line. A gain of about 4 on that carry, and now a flag is thrown well after the play. And a couple of Explorers clapped their hands, and this may be a personal foul. Something happened there in the pile after Holm picked up 4 on the carry. And they're going to, which way are they going to walk? Personal foul against Litchfield. So that'll be a 15-yard walk-off against the Purple Panthers. And they're coming unglued. You just can't let that frustration get to you, can you? Regardless of which side you're on. So
especially when you're down by 2 points like this, you need to make everything count, every effort count.
The 15th first down of the night for Marquette, the 9th of the second half. 1st and 10 Explorers from their own 49. Started back in there at fullback, so they took that time out for him to get himself together. This time Holm keeps it himself once again. Holm still on his feet, taking one shot after another, and he will not go down. He is a tough kid, and he gains 4 on that carry. But boy, I'd sure like to see him give it to the fullback every once in a while. I know he's getting it done, but
it would make his job a lot easier.
The clock rolling with 8:35 remaining in the fourth quarter. Marquette with a 2-point lead after trailing by 16 at the half. 2nd and 6 for the Explorers, just outside the Litchfield 47-yard line. Piper wide right, Jack Miller wide left. Double wing formation, Holm under center. Puts a man in motion to the left side, and they hand it to Young. Young trying to turn that left corner, and he spun out of bounds after a gain of a yard, and it's going to be 3rd and 5. Keyshawn Young, a freshman, 5'3", 120.
It's a 3rd and 7, and this is a big play coming. The Litchfield calls the clock.
Did you ever have a 120-pound running back?
I never had a freshman running back.
Young, 3 carries for 9 yards. We have not seen Tyler Moore here in the second half. Instead, it's been the freshman, Keyshawn Young. Now they put trips to the right side. They run the option to the left side, and Holm is stacked up and no gain on the play, and it's going to be 4th and 5 at the 46, and you have to punt here, don't you?
Yeah, you have to.
It'll be no gain. 4th down, 7. The Litchfield 46.
You know, you'd like to think you can pick up 5 yards, but you just have to give your defense the opportunity of some breathing room, and it is going to be John Piper back in punt formation. standing back at his own 40-yard line and waiting the snap. Although a fake is a possibility. As you have Holm as one of the upbacks, they could snap it to him. Piper in punt form, a high snap, and he brings it down, and he gets the kick away, and it's going to bounce and roll inside the 20, out of bounds at the 19-yard line, and Litchfield will take over there, 1st and 10. Well, Litchfield has gone 3 and out on their last 2 possessions, and they have not moved the football after driving nearly the length of the field after taking the second half kickoff. But Brad Emming, a big interception for the Explorers, and since then, the Marquette defense has allowed Litchfield to do virtually nothing. But the Purple Panthers do have about 350 yards in total offense here tonight. From the shotgun, Wilkinson drops to throw. They try to set up the screen to the right, and the Explorers sniff that out. Instead, a pass to the left, incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Starrett saw it coming. He just stayed out there in the flat and made the quarterback Wilkinson throw over his head.
Well, Wilkinson made a good decision there. He initially wanted that screen pass to the right, but the Explorers had blown that up, and so he did check off, but threw an incomplete pass. It's 2nd and 10. Wilkinson, under pressure, steps up. He gets away from the pressure. Out across the 25 to the 30 to the 33-yard line. A gain of 13 and a 1st down for the Purple Panthers. Their 14th of the night. Well, Wilkinson did a good job there of eluding the pressure. It looked for a moment like the Explorers might have a sack. They stopped the clock to move the chains with 6:49 remaining in the football game. Marquette with a 2-point lead. 1st and 10 Litchfield from their own 33. Wilkinson in the shotgun with receivers left and right. He's got 2 backs in the backfield with him too, as they're going to give him a little bit of protection. They give it right up the middle, and here is Durbin, I think, out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. No, it was number 11 on the carry, and that's Jordan Hewitt, and he picks up 12 and another 1st down. And the Purple Panthers now with 15 1st downs on the night. The 1st downs are even at 15 apiece. Down to 6:20 and counting remaining. 1st and 10 Litchfield from their own 46-yard line. Trips to the left. Back to throw. Wilkinson over the middle. Oh, and it's dropped. He had his man wide open. It was Scott Durbin, and he was going to run for a while as well, and he dropped it. Second down and 10. Wilkinson 22 of 42 for 330 yards. On 2nd and 10 from their own 46, Wilkinson drops to throw. He's got time. He's got Hewitt down the right sideline. Hewitt wrestled out of bounds at the Marquette 41, but that'll be a 13-yard gain and another 1st down on that completion. 343 yards passing. Durbin's 3rd reception for a total of 28 yards. 1st and 10 Litchfield at the Marquette 41-yard line. Trips to the left, another receiver to the right. Down to 6:01 remaining in the 4th quarter. 1st and 10 Litchfield at the Marquette 41. Quick pass out to the right side to Durbin. Blockers out in front. Durbin inside the 35. Still on his feet all the way down to the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 and another 1st down.
It is the 1st down. But the Purple Panthers on the move right now. They're looking like the offense that was going up and down the field.
Durbin with his 4th catch of the night for 39 yards. He's lining up in the backfield, and they just swing him out, and he's got some speed and a little bit of power, too. 1st and 10, Litchfield at the Marquette 31. This drive started at the Litchfield 19. Wilkinson, pass out the left side. He's got his man, Greenwell, there to make the tackle for the Explorers. He threaded the needle that time and hit number 22, and that's below. Bellow, and a gain of 7 on that play. 361 yards passing for Wilkinson. 2nd and 3 at the Marquette 24. Quick pass out to the right side. He hits Johns. Johns makes the reception, but he spun down at the 25 for a loss of a yard. So heads up defense there by Marquette as they bring Johns down.
Right as the ball was coming, Johns kind of tripped.
Johns' 13th reception of the night, but he lost a yard. 3rd and 4, Purple Panthers at the Marquette 25-yard line. Receivers left and right.
Golden opportunity, it would seem, right now this drive.
And back to throw Wilkinson. He's got time over the middle. He's got his man to the 20. A gain of 5 and another first down for the Purple Panthers. Making the reception, his first of the night. Number 15, Manly Bone. A 5-yard pass play. 365 yards passing on the night for Wilkinson. Mitch Wilkinson, the junior quarterback for the Purple Panthers. 1st and 10 Litchfield at the Marquette 20-yard line. Receivers left and right. Litchfield has driven 61 yards on this drive. Back to throw. Quick pass out to the right side. And scooping it up just before it hits the turf, it's Bone once again at the 16-yard line. A gain of 4 on that completion. 28 completions on the night for Mitch Wilkinson. 2nd and 6. Litchfield at the Marquette 16-yard line. Wilkinson drops to throw. He's got time now. He's got to run. He's at the 15 to the 14. Caught from behind by A.J. Lipka. He gains a couple, and it's going to be 3rd and 4. It's nail-biting time. Down to 3:25 remaining here in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 3 Litchfield at the Marquette 13-yard line. A pair of receivers to each side of the field. Wilkinson in the shotgun. Litchfield has not huddled all night. Quick pass out to the right. Incomplete. The receiver slipped down. That was Johns. He slipped down as he tried to button hook there. And even on the ground, he very nearly caught it. Now it's 4th and 3 Litchfield, and this could be the game right here.
On the 13-yard line. Do you want to kick the field goal?
Well, they could try a field goal and give themselves a 1-point lead. The ball on the near hash mark, but they're going to go. They keep the offense out there. They may not have a kicker, and it would have been about a 31-yard attempt. On the 4th down play, Wilkinson rolls to his right. He lets it go, and it is incomplete. Incomplete, and the Marquette defense holds. And the Explorers now will need to run 3:01 off the clock to keep the victory. Marquette's 2-point lead still intact, and they got a lot of pressure on the quarterback that time.
Well, that's what I was going to mention, Sam. And finally, for one of the few times this evening, they got pressure on Wilkinson, forcing Wilkinson into the sideline. And then all Wilkinson had was just to throw it up for grabs, and he threw it into the ground for an incomplete pass.
So now Marquette needs to hang on to the football and string together a couple of first downs. Litchfield, I believe, has all their timeouts remaining here in the second half. 3:01 remaining. Here's the give. Derek Stair right up the middle. Breaks a tackle. Crosses the 15 and takes it out to the 17-yard line. Tough sledding all the way. And Starrett picked up 4 when it looked like he was going to be thrown for no gain. Boy, if there's a time when you need your fullback, it's right now. Derek Starrett, 10 carries, 90 yards. And he needs to hang on to the football. Down to 2:33 and counting, remaining in the 4th quarter. Marquette leading at 24-22. They've outscored Litchfield 18-0 here in the second half. 2nd down and 6 for the Explorers. Holm brings them to the line of scrimmage. Gives it to the fullback. Derek Starrett, first down yardage and then some across the 25 out to the 27-yard line. A gain of 10 on that carry and a first down for Marquette.
Starrett would not be denied. He just kept chugging and chugging and chugging.
Now they roll the clock with 2:10 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And Litchfield is going to have to start using its timeouts. Marquette will take its time coming to the line of scrimmage. We're down inside of 2 minutes and counting remaining. Marquette with a 2-point lead, 1st and 10 from their own 27. Receivers left and right. Halm just standing there, now sets the team. On the first down play, takes the snap, keeps it himself. Dalton Halm out across the 30 to the 34-yard line, and now Litchfield will use a timeout. But Halm on that carry picked up 7, maybe 8 yards, and another first down here for Marquette would likely salt this one away. Halm with 8 on that carry has 139 yards rushing on 23 carries. He's completed 3 of 5 passes for 81 yards. And Dalton Halm, who did not start at quarterback but took over at the quarterback position early in the second quarter, has rallied the football team here in the second half as Marquette has outscored Litchfield 18-0. And really, since that interception by Brad Emming midway through the third quarter, after Litchfield had taken the second half kickoff and driven nearly the length of the field, Emming intercepted the football, returned it out to the Marquette 47-yard line, and since then it's been all Marquette. Although Litchfield did drive on this last possession of theirs from their own 19 all the way down to about the Marquette 15-yard line before the Explorers stopped them on downs. And that's why I said back when Marquette had that decision to make, you punt that football there and give your defense all the opportunity in the world to bend but not break, and they did. They bent, but they didn't break. On the second down play, Holm just keeps it himself on a quarterback sneak, crosses the 35 and takes it out to the 37-yard line. And I think he's got a first down. I think he got 3. It is a first down. I'm pretty sure. Well, let's wait for the spot. No, they're going to spot it back, and it's going to be 3rd and 1. He picked up 2. Well, they're going to stop the clock to measure now with 1:33 remaining in the fourth quarter. And they bring the sticks in. Was that a 3rd down play? I thought that was a second down play. Well, they've got 4th down showing on the... He's just short. He's an inch short. But for some reason, they put 4th down on the yard marker over there. But that was a second down play.
There they go. They changed.
Now they got it to 3rd. Okay. Don't give me a heart attack like that. Yeah, because Holm picked up 8 on first down and 1.5 yards on second down. Now it's 3rd and inches. And Litchfield, I would think, will use another timeout here. If not, the Explorers don't have to snap the ball for 30 seconds. There's 1:33 remaining. Marquette already at the line of scrimmage. They'll roll the clock once they set the sticks, but Marquette does not have to snap it for quite some time. And now Litchfield will use a timeout. That's their second. It comes with 1:33 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The score, Marquette 24, Litchfield 22. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
To a military family, a phone call home is priceless, but these phone calls are expensive. By donating a used cell phone through Cell Phones for Soldiers, Weber Granite City Chevrolet is helping U.S. service members get a free 60-minute calling card. Cell Phones for Soldiers addresses an everyday emotional need that everyone has experienced, the need to call home, to hear a familiar voice while far away. If you have a cell phone you're not using, please donate it to us at Weber Granite City Chevrolet for the Cell Phones for Soldiers program.
Ragusa drops to throw. Now lets it go deep down the left sideline. He's got top, and he makes a dandy catch.
Here's another steal by Bradley. Lumpkins all alone. He lays it in from...
Yeah! Woo!
With John Rogers, Sam Stanback at Public School Stadium in Alton. Stay tuned. Following the game, we'll name our Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game, and I have a pretty good idea who I'll vote for. But then Coach Rogers has the tiebreaker, so if he disagrees with me, we'll go with his guy. 3rd and inches for the Explorers, and Holm on the quarterback sneak has the first down. Litchfield has only one timeout remaining. And if Marquette gets a first down here, they'll be able to kill the clock. It is a first down for the Explorers. Dalton home. 142 yards rushing on 25 attempts. And it'd be a lot more than that, but he took a 20-yard loss when the center snapped the ball over his head while he was in that pistol formation. Now Litchfield uses its final timeout. 1:21 remaining. Marquette, if they hold on, will improve to 2-4 on the season. They'll go to Wood River next week. So Marquette now will just take
a knee.
Take a knee 3 times, and the game will be over. They mark the ball ready for play with 1:21 remaining. Halm takes the snap, hands it off for some unknown reason. You don't have to hand it off. And Derek Sterrett gains 2. But you don't even need to take that chance. Sterrett with 102 yards rushing unofficially on 12 carries. You just need to take a knee twice here and it'll be over. There is no reason to even take the chance on handing it to the fullback. Now, Derek Sterrett will line up about 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage and play safety. They come with a tight formation, and now Halm takes the knee, and he'll do that one more time. Well, he may not even have to do it one more time, depending upon when they mark the ball ready for play. And Marquette will have its second victory of the season, and a victory in their homecoming game, which will mean a lot to the 2 seniors on the squad. Well, it'll mean something to everybody. It means something to the whole school, to all of Marquette Nation. The final 10 seconds being counted down. Marquette outscores Litchfield 18-0 in the second half, and they have their second victory of the season. Marquette 2-4, Litchfield falls to 1-5. The final score, Marquette 24, Litchfield 22. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place. Jack Schmidt Chevrolet of Wood River. If you don't know where to get the best auto deals, then you don't know Jack Schmidt. Alton Refrigeration, the first choice in quality HD TV and appliances. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac, serving the River Bend for 52 years. Barry Macias, professional independent insurance agents. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Alt Memorial Hospital, the best healthcare close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the River Bend. Weber Granite City Chevrolet, buy American.